Hey y'all, it's Laura, and I have day 14's Advent Calendar envelope to open today. Let's see what's inside. Ooh, lots of stuff. So much stuff. Okay, we've got a couple of doilies. There's at least 3 or 4 here, I think. Yes, so lots of little doilies. We've got some paper with hearts on it. Got our prompt, we've got a candy cane, and what's in this little envelope? I'm going to try to save the envelope because it's super cute. And we have some really cute little cards. It says, let's make what you need. Oh, they're recipe cards. How cute is that? Okay, so for day 14, we've got 2 3x4 photos and my journaling already printed out. If you're curious how I did the journaling, I do have a tutorial for you, and it is in the playlist for my December daily that I will have linked below. All of my videos are linked in that playlist to make it super easy for you to find them. And for this day, I have 2 3x4 photos. I have my journaling in 3x4-ish because it's printed on my Canon Selfie and it doesn't quite come out to 3x4. And today's story has photos from very different days. Now, I did mention earlier that I don't necessarily scrap my December daily as a daily album. It's more about this is the story I'm telling today from December. Now, in this story, I have the top left photo of my uncle's lovely girlfriend who is making a present for my husband. And in the bottom right photo is him opening the present on New Year's Christmas Eve. That's the one. And so it's a really sweet story. She decided to buy a plain white apron and then have each of our kids put their handprints upside down on the apron. So they're facing fingers down on the apron. And then she went back and added the words, "Best Dad, hands down." And I thought that was so super cute. It was very clever, and I definitely wanted to include it in my December daily. Now, even though this is a pocket page, which you would think would be a rather simple layout to do, and it is, I tend to overthink things just a little bit, and so this does get quite a bit embellished, but I really like how it came out. So what I've got is a card in the top right is from the Felicity Jane half of my December daily kit, and then I've used some of the 6x6 paper to frame those 2 photos because, again, they are printed on my Canon Selfie, which prints things just a little bit smaller than a full 4x6. I print them together and they're each slightly smaller, so I can frame them, which is kind of a good thing because I like that look better anyway. At first, it really bothered me. It was such a pain in the butt when I first started it, and I wanted a 4x6, and you don't get a 4x6. It's very close, but it's not quite there. Now, I really enjoy the look of having it matted photo, so I'm happy with it. All 3 of the journaling and the 2 photos have been matted now, and the only thing I used for my advent calendar was this little strip of the heart paper. And the reason for that is it didn't really have room for a doily or any of the other things that were in that day's advent gift. So I don't want to include recipe cards and into this particular day. But I also have to keep in mind the fact that I don't do a lot of cooking, and recipe cards may not make it into this album. My husband is definitely the cook in our family, and he may want to add something. I doubt it, but he might. I'll ask. So bringing in some more of this beautiful star paper, I'm going to use it to create a little banner up at the top to hold my number for that day. So I did use a little bit from my advent calendar, and hopefully I can make a pretty good dent in that because I don't want to add a bunch of things to my stash. But so far they've all been very usable things, so I'm really excited about it. I think it was a really great idea by Christina at Redefined Creative to offer this, and next year I probably will get it again. It was really fun, though, to motivate myself to work on each day in my December daily because I had a little gift waiting, and I told myself up front, you cannot open today's gift until you work on your December daily. And so I do still have 4 or 5 days left that are not yet opened, and it's starting to bother me. Really want to see what's inside. So I've reached into my little embellishment container and pulled out these little heart puffy stickers that were in a extra little present that Christina sent me, and it was kind of a bonus advent calendar gift. And so I'm going to use those like ornaments on the tree card just to dress it up a little bit. I can't leave things alone. I am not a minimalist. I cannot just leave things alone. They have to have just a little something extra to make them special. Now I've grabbed these thicker type alphas that I got from Target and putting the number 14 for the day, and this page is almost done. The only thing I'm going to add on to here is this puffy star, and I thought I was going to put it up there, but it kind of dwarfed the tree, and I didn't like how much it dwarfed the tree. So then I moved it down to the bottom right card, and I'm just going to add in a word phrase sticker, and I think that's just about it. But it is such a cute little layout, and I do like that I've varied things up through this album with lots of interactive pages and lots of these simple-ish pocket pages, because that makes my December daily much more interesting for myself and my kids to look through. They have already been flipping through it, and it's only halfway done. They really have enjoyed seeing pictures of themselves in a very usable format. I really enjoyed working in a 6x8, so we may see more of that on my channel soon. So let's see what's in day 15's Advent calendar. Today we've got this interesting puzzle. It's kind of a make your own puzzle, which is super cool. We've got our regular prompt and this little card, little pineapple card, which is super cute. I'm not sure if I can use this in my December daily or if I should save it for a layout or just a little gift for my kids. We'll have to decide on that. Okay, for day 15, I've got these really sweet photos of my daughter Chloe's Scout Christmas party. And what I'm going to do here is I have 3 photos of a game that they were playing. And these are the only photos we really took that day. So I don't have like a group photo or I don't know, a more interesting what was happening photo. I just have these 3 photos of them playing the game. And so I've in my journaling included information about the party as well as what's happening in the photos. Now I've printed these a little bit differently. The journaling and one of the photos were printed with a border because of the size of that photo. If it zoomed in too much, I was losing important things on the photo. And the other 2 I just printed normally with no border, so they are pretty close to 3x4 and really don't need to be matted. However, I do need to mat this smaller photo and the journaling, so I am going to do that with this gorgeous navy paper from Pinkfresh Studios Holiday Vibes, which is half of my kit, and I really, really love this collection. It is so playful and it is so fun, and I think my kit this year was perfect. It was an excellent representation of both my kids and my husband and I, because my kids are fun-loving and outgoing, some of them, and and so am I, and we just love to really enjoy every moment. And then I have half of my family, my husband and 2 of my kids, who are a little more introverted. They're a little more calm and chill. And having my kit being a mix of a very calm and somewhat elegant, really, Felicity Jane kit, and then a very busy, excited, bright and colorful Pinkfresh Studio kit meshed together is perfect because I'm able to represent both and mat my photos and make layouts in this album that are really reflective of what's happening in the photos, who's in the photos, and make it a little bit more interesting and make it so that the whole album doesn't perfectly match. It doesn't have to perfectly match. It's not like it's all on one page. As you turn the page, it can be completely different, and that's okay. Just like in any other album, that doesn't have to be the same. Now I am adding these gorgeous silver glittery stickers that came with the Felicity Jane kit as my numbers on that banner, and some of these puffy stars that came in one of my advent calendar gifts. Definitely want to make a dent in those because they're very red and green, and that's not colors that I use very often in my scrapbooking. And then just adding in some word phrase stickers, and this may be the simplest layout I've done in the entire album. It was super quick, but having 3 photos taking up those spots is why. I didn't have a lot of room for embellishing. I didn't really need a lot of embellishing, and so I'm just going to keep it as simple as possible. I am bringing in one of the foam snowflakes that came in one of my earlier Advent calendar packages, and I'm just going to attach it to the outside of the page protector right there dead center, just for something textural on this page. I struggle with pocket pages in my mini albums for this reason. I want there to be texture. I want there to be things that you touch that make it a more sensory experience, because a mini album is likely to be held in your hands as opposed to laid out on a table. That's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, bye!